Coming up on this edition of Carolina Insider. How one pastime is making a comeback in the pandemic. As graduation approaches, find out who will be addressing graduates at this year's unique ceremonies. But first, one former Gamecock made headlines in last night's NFL draft. Carolina Insider starts now. Hello, and thank you for joining us. I'm Alli McCraw. Our top story today, Carolina fans are celebrating the success of one of their standout football stars. In a surprising pick, the Carolina Panthers selected UofSC cornerback J.C. Horn in last night's NFL draft. Gamecock football posted this video as he took the call. Horn was the 8th overall pick, which was a shock to some fans who didn't expect him to be selected so early on. The former Gamecock is continuing his family's legacy. Horn is the son of former NFL wide receiver Joe Horn. Another UofSC success story also gets our attention today. President Biden has nominated a UofSC journalism graduate to an important post. Lee Satterfield is up for Assistant Secretary for the Department of State's Bureau of Educational and Cultural Affairs. According to the state newspaper, the 1989 graduate also served in the Obama and Clinton administrations. The university announced the commencement speakers for this year's graduation ceremonies. On Thursday, May 6 at noon, Executive VP of the American Board of Family Medicine, Dr. Elizabeth Baxley, will deliver a virtual address to School of Medicine graduates. On Friday the 7th at 6, Governor Henry McMaster will address the crowd. On Saturday at 9:30, UofSC Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin will address communication grads, among others. UofSC District Judge J. Michelle Childs will speak at the 6 o'clock ceremony. With the spring semester coming to a close, many students are stepping back to reflect on precautions and changes the university has made in its efforts to prevent the spread of COVID-19. One of the most polarizing issues has been wellness days. Here with the buzz on that is Lawson Estridge. Lawson?
Thanks, Alli. Students this semester have had a rather unique spring semester when the university announced that there would be wellness days throughout the semester instead of spring break. Some students were happy, but others thought it hindered them. The wellness days are meant to set aside time to focus on physical, emotional, and mental well-being, and to keep them from traveling and picking up strains of COVID-19 from other places. The university has encouraged students to be well your way by finding small ways to relax, such as listening to podcasts, cleaning, having a picnic, and much more. But as freshman Pal Patel says, wellness days didn't leave him feeling well at all.
Having a wellness day kind of reminds you that you're not having a spring break. So it's like you have 24 hours to relax all you want, but then the next day you're going to be right back into it like it would any other day.
Several students have said they appreciated the days off, but do not want to differ from a traditional spring break going forward. If you check the school calendar, you'll see we do have a fall break next semester. Back to you in the studio, Alli.
Thanks, Lawson. More students are trying to find activities to utilize these wellness days, and one of those activities is skateboarding. Jeremiah Weaver has that story.
In 2014, this park was nearly vacant, but today, it thrives with both young and old.
Tell me why you skate.
I skate for enjoyment.
How old are you?
10.
Near 5 Points, you will find Salty's Board Shop. Owner Paul Golf says he nearly had to close his doors 1 year ago.
Around this time last year, we were reaching out to our lenders and trying to see if we can defer loans and do whatever it took to keep the business running.
As the coronavirus pandemic shook the nation, communities were forced to stay home, resulting in more family time, unemployment benefits, and stimulus checks. Blue Tile Skateboard Shop manager Irving Stiles says the pandemic and benefits were the key ingredients in bringing skateboarding back.
Coronavirus put everyone out of school, out of work, and forced them to stay home. You can go outside, and we saw it right away. Secondly, these stimulus checks, I'm going to give you guys 100 of it every week. We were like, what?
As the popularity of skateboarding has returned to Columbia, both vendors are seeing a dramatic increase in sales.
30% increase. You know, coronavirus coming and shut down a lot of places. For us, Corona came and we are doing better than we have the last 5 years.
As Salties and Blue Tile prepare for record sales by year's end, before long, your neighborhood may be invaded by a new breed of skateboarders. For Carolina News, I'm Jeremiah Weaver.
Finally today, As this semester comes to an end, the weather is warming up and more social events are happening on and off campus. Here are a few things going on this weekend and this upcoming week in today's Carolina calendar. UofSC women's softball plays Mississippi State today at 6 and tomorrow at 3. For you foodies, the Rosewood Crawfish Fest is tomorrow from 11 to 7. It will be at the State Fairgrounds again this year. Tickets are $10 and can be bought online at rosewoodcrawfishfest.com or at the gate for $15. Midlands Gives Day is Sunday and will be held virtually this year. You can channel your inner philanthropist by making a donation at midlandsgives.org. That's it for this edition of Carolina Insider, a student production here in the Kennedy Greenhouse studio in the School of Journalism and Mass Communications. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you back here a little later today.